Okay, well, it's been quite some time since I've done a car video. The reason why is because I bought this manual transmission car, and I used to like hold the Pocket 3 and film myself while I was driving, which wasn't the safest of things to do, but wasn't like I wouldn't always be looking at the camera. But since being back in a manual transmission, it's a little bit harder. And I think I made one video where I was like holding it while shifting, and I like almost ran into the person in front of me. So I was like, all right, probably not. But these were the videos that were like the easiest to make, that people seem to have enjoyed the most. So I bought this little car suction mount thing, so I can be hands-free while doing it. Couple updates. I bought a geared head finally, against my, I didn't really want to, but I figured it was like time to try it out again, because I tried out a geared head, I don't know, about 3 years ago. I don't know if the one I got was just a bad copy or it was just set up weird, but I didn't like it. So I used my, my ball head, and I'm still a huge fan of my ball head. It's a newer, low profile one. They're like $25. Ball heads are great. The only con I feel like is it's not 100% accurate, of course, because it's just, you know, a ball that rotates on top. But it gets you close enough, because as long as in your real estate photography, when you have the in-camera level set up, if all the lines are green, like if you're on a Sony and all the lines are green, the tilt and roll, or tilt and angle axis, I don't remember what they're called, are green, then that's going to be close enough to fix in post. It'll be close enough to get all your verticals and your horizontals correct, or maybe not your horizontals, because that is like dictated by how angled the lens has to be angled perfectly perpendicular to the wall itself to get good horizontals. Anyways, you can do really well with a ball head, and they're supremely cheap. I've been using one for the past 5 years, but as with normal Jordan shenanigans, I'm switching up all my gear again. So I'm actually going back to my Canon 5D Mark III that well, it's a different one. I ordered one. It was supposed to get here yesterday, but now it's saying just delayed. I hate USPS so much. But that is kind of a heavier setup. So I have the Canon 5D Mark III with the 16 to 35 millimeter 3 IS USM, or 3 USM L. All these Canon different things to remember. But that's a heavy setup. The DSLRs are not light cameras. You know, it's not like you pick up an R8 or a R5 or R5C even, the one that I just returned. Those are light cameras. They're all really light. They feel like they're made out of plastic. They feel like they could break if you just dropped it once. Whereas the DSLRs, the 5D Mark IIIs, man, I don't think an atomic bomb could destroy one. But then they're also heavy to boot. The last time I used one, it wasn't a big problem on my ball head. Like when I would do point of view things, like I'd stick a GoPro on top of the DSLR, then it would just start tilting over. It was just too much weight. So I was like, okay, let's get I got a newer geared head. And so far so good. I took it on a shoot yesterday. I'll be taking it on a couple shoots Monday and Tuesday. They always say like, oh, it takes a little bit of getting used to. And it does, but not really much, especially because I've been using a ball head, which achieves the same thing. It's just all the axes are the same because you're rolling it around. Whereas a geared head, this one controls the back and like the up and down, and then this one controls the tilt left and right, and then this one controls the rotating. So it can be kind of like trying to get used to exactly where the knobs are and exactly what you're trying to change when you're trying to set up your shot. But I think overarchingly it'll end up being pretty quick. I just, does it change my recommendation of people probably just getting ball heads? No. I think if you have a light setup, if you're using an APS-C camera or like really any modern mirrorless, then I think a ball head's going to be perfectly fine. If you have a really heavy setup if you have a really heavy setup and or you don't mind spending $190 on something that you spend $20 could achieve the same result with, then get a geared head. I'm going to keep using the geared head just because I have it, and I'm like, okay, you know, it is nice to like be able to just slap the camera on and do like one-handed movements, you know, instead of having to like hold the camera, loosen the ball head, move the camera, and then tighten it down. Like, it is nice that it's independent and you can just, you know, fine tune. It takes a little bit longer, sure. I think that it'll probably always take a little bit longer because I've gotten so used to just being super quick with the ball head. You just kind of rotate little micro adjustments and then tighten it down and you're good. But, you know, whatever. So that was the main thing I wanted to talk about in this video. Is if you're, you know, kind of on the fence of like, should I get a geared head? Should I get a ball head? Just get a ball head unless you like spending money that you probably don't really need to, because the result's going to be the same unless you have a very heavy setup like an old DSLR. So that's all I wanted to talk to you about in this video. I'm actually driving back to my house because midway through I realized that I forgot my computer and I'm headed to the office to get work done, and I need my computer to do that. So I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.